This video is your complete step-by-step masterclass on how to start finding profitable products to sell on Amazon without tons of capital, any experience, or fancy software. I'm going to show you the best products to sell on Amazon as a complete beginner, winning product criteria you need to know, break down a bunch of tips and tricks to increase profits a lot of people gatekeep, and show you the best product research strategy for beginners that made me over $100,000 profit my first year and helped a whole bunch of my students win. We'll pop a whole bunch of student results up here on screen. I promise it's not what you think. Let's get right into it. To start off here, we want to be in our Google Chrome browser. And what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do is find profitable name brand products to flip on Amazon for a profit. It's called online arbitrage. From big retail websites like Kohl's, Walmart, Target to flip on Amazon for a profit. This is way better than Amazon wholesale, where you buy products in bulk from suppliers. That's way too expensive and risky for beginners. You probably don't want to do a bunch of cold calling as a beginner entrepreneur. And Amazon private label, where you do the traditional Alibaba, buying stuff from China, then take months to actually get here from Amazon with 4-figure initial orders per product. Then once those products actually get here, you have to do a bunch of ads, copywriting, create your listings. Online arbitrage, we literally do none of that. All we do is find discounted name brand products with proven sales history, working from home, not showing our face. We need tons of capital, anything like that. Nice and neat. We don't even have to create our listings. They're literally right here on Amazon, and we don't have to buy big quantities. You can get started with like 1 to 2K. It's by far the best Amazon model for beginners. Stuff like these Tommy Hilfiger t-shirts we can see are going for $40 on Amazon right here. Over on the Tommy Hilfiger website, literally just on the brand website, they're going for $22, and there's an extra 40% off 200 plus. So we take a look at, we can pick these up for $22 minus 40% and sell them for $40 on Amazon. There's probably going to be some margin there, but obviously there's Amazon fees, there's sales tax, there's shipping. So how does this actually get broken down? And here in our Google Chrome browser, this is where you actually want to be doing Amazon FBA product research. We want to have 2 basic softwares. Now, don't worry, they're not expensive at all. We just need SellerAmp right here, which is a Chrome extension. So both these, you're just going to go to the Google Chrome store and download them here. SellerAmp costs $20 per month, as well as the Keepa Chrome extension, which also costs $20 per month. SellerAmp's going to show if an item's profitable today. Keepa is going to show if an item's actually profitable over time. So to start off, we'll take a look at how SellerAmp works. So remember, guys, we're picking these up for $22 on the Tommy Hilfiger website, and we get 40% off right here. So obviously there's Amazon fees, there's sales tax. So how do we break those down? That's where SellerAmp comes into play. So we can see SellerAmp's going to show us how fast a product sells. That's where sales rank comes in. For the most part, stay below a 200K BSR and make sure you're buying stuff that has above 30 estimated sales per month. And the cool thing is if we plug in $21.90 right here, so plugging in $21.90 here, we can see after Amazon fees, shipping, product cost, literally everything, that leaves $7 profit per sale and a 31% ROI. But we also have that 40% off coupon code, just taking advantage of that sale right here. So I can literally just do math within SellerAmp and literally subtract 40%. And now this becomes $15 profit and 118% ROI. And that's not bad whatsoever. And SellerAmp literally takes into account all those fees and everything here. And then SellerAmp shows us if it's good today. We also want to go ahead and scroll down and see the Keepa Chrome extension to see if it's actually been profitable over time. So when you initially open Keepa, it's either going to show 3 charts like this. I'd recommend clicking sub ranks right here to take out that middle chart so you just see these 2. Or it might not be showing the bottom chart right here, in which case you just want to go ahead and hit graph settings and then offer counts and ratings to get that to show. So the top chart shows the demand, aka the sales rank, and then the price over time. And then the bottom chart shows the competition. So the new offer count, how many other sellers are on this product. So I get asked all the time, how much competition is too much competition on a specific product? Truth be told, it's all about the trend. There are amazing listings with 100 sellers and terrible listings with 2 sellers or 10 sellers, and it's just because they had 2 sellers a week ago. So you got to take a look at the trend here. And the big green flags I see from this product is that the price is nice and steady right here and that the competition is trended down, right? So basic winning product criteria, guys, under a 200K BSR, above 30 estimated sales per month, $3 profit per sale, 30% plus an ROI, and then the price, the top chart, the pink line on Keepa, the buy box, either steady or going up. In this case, it's nice and steady. And then the competition either trending down or nice steady. In this case, nicely trending down here. And Keepa literally shows us this data for every product on Amazon ever since it was added. But you just want to take a look at the 3-month data to start. And then in terms of when you actually find a winning product, buy 10 if it needs to ungate. I'll show you guys more game on ungating in a little bit here. And then if it's already an ungated product for you, just start out with 5 to 10 units. Don't see ungating as a really big thing, even if you're a complete beginner with no sales history. In terms of getting permission to actually sell your products on Amazon, what ungating is, give you guys a whole walkthrough on that in a sec right here. So we can see, taking a look here, the Keepa nicely shows if it's profitable over time. The SellerAmp shows if it's profitable today. And now I'm going to talk through how you actually get permission to sell these products on Amazon. A lot of people think getting ungated, aka getting permission to sell your products on Amazon, is really hard. And truth be told, that's not the case whatsoever. Say you want to be able to sell like Tommy Hilfiger, like we just took a look at, you could get ungated using an order confirmation email just from the Tommy Hilfiger website, or multiple order confirmation emails for websites that let you do less than 10 orders. Say you want to be able to sell like the grocery category or Tommy Hilfiger to get ungated in Tommy Hilfiger, you can just use any big retail website, Target, Kohl's, Walmart, Costco, or any brand specific websites. Just find a product that's also listed on Amazon. Buy 10 of it, then immediately you have that order confirmation email. If it's a website that limits you to less than 10 per order, you can do multiple, nice and easy there. And then you immediately get that order confirmation email, and that's what you submit to Amazon as your documentation for approval. Now, it's very important to note, guys, in 2025, this is possible even with no sales history. But what a lot of beginners don't know is that getting denied for ungates is completely normal. When you submit that order confirmation email initially, don't worry about what Amazon says in denials. You're submitting the right thing if you're doing what you see in this video. Getting denied 10 to 15 times is typically normal. There's no penalty for getting declined more than that. It's just a probability game. You can always beef up your file by adding more information to it. But what a ton of people don't know is that there's a ton of small brands that'll automatically approve you from day one without even providing documentation. I got you on a big list of them for free. So here's the big list of AUTO-UNGATE brands here, guys. So the big thing with AUTO-UNGATEs, guys, is it's literally just going into your Amazon Seller Central and going add product, paste the ASIN, and then hitting apply to sell and request approval. If it starts to ask for the price and the quantity, it means you're automatically approved. However, if it's asking for invoices, documentation, those order confirmation emails I was just telling you about, that's how you get approved for this stuff, then it's a gated product that you need to get ungated for. Now, every account's unique. You can go ahead and download this list completely free at the link in the description right here. We'll show you the ASINs, or they could use any ASINs from these brands. A few quick wins that are pretty much auto-ungate for everyone: Stafford, Danner, Red Heart, Athletic Works. The big thing is just making sure you actually hit request approval and apply to sell to see if it's auto-ungate. A lot of people don't do that and think they're gated right there. So take a look at this down below in the description. A bunch of this stuff's going to work right away from the get-go. However, a lot of this won't be auto-ungate when you're completely new. It's great to see some of that stuff go through. Once you do like 2K in sales, a lot more stuff becomes auto-ungate. And then the big thing is just don't be afraid of gated products, guys. If it was impossible, you wouldn't be able to apply. There'd be no sales and leads listings. And we'd see both those things aren't true. So go take a look at the free auto-ungate list of products at the link in the description. Now let's take a look at some losing product examples and some winning product examples before I show you guys some live product research. So the first example of a product we want not to sell is going to be product with IP complaint history, aka intellectual property complaints. Now, I'm sure what you're thinking on this product, if you've been doing this for a while, is that first item we took a look at, Tommy Hilfiger, it said IP complaint issue suspected with this product. However, taking a look at the lifetime Keepa chart here, we can see there's no examples of IP complaints. Here's an example of a product that does have IP complaint history. So if we take a look down here at this product and we go to the all-time data right here, we can zoom in right here and see that back in 2024, the competition, aka the new offer count, was nicely humming along and then randomly just plummeted and basically went to zero in one day. That's an example most likely of an IP complaint where the brand or the manufacturer just kicked people off this listing. Now, the beauty of online arbitrage is we don't even have to create our own listing, take any pictures, run any ads, do any marketing, none of that. We're just tapping into existing demand on big name brand products here. Every now and again, you run into a brand owner that does kick people off, which we can see in this case. I don't know why people hopped back on this listing here, but we can see clearly kicked people off. So make sure to avoid listings that you can see the competition randomly drop down to zero, which is an example of an IP complaint product here. The next example of the type of product you totally want to avoid here is taking a look down here at this Keepa chart is products that are tanking in price. So we can see back in August, this item was like 28 here. And then we can see in early September, it went down to like 25. And now it's all the way down to like 18. So this is all types of products we want to avoid right here when you see price tanking, we definitely want to make sure to avoid that. We want products where the price is either stable or trending up, which is the exact opposite of this item right here. So avoid products you see tanking in price. It's a part of the game that'll happen from time to time, but you want to avoid products that show that trend because they're probably going to continue like that. Taking a look at this item, another example of the type of product you want to avoid. If we go down here to the Keepa chart on this one, we can see the price is largely pretty stable. It is starting to trend down, but the competition's shooting up. Now, there's great listings that have 55 sellers on Amazon, guys, but very few listings that have 60 sellers are going to be good. If they had 26 sellers a month ago, we can see the competition literally doubled right here. Price is trending down. We totally want to avoid listings like this that we can see the competition shooting up. This is an example of the type of product you want to avoid, along with stuff where the price is tanking and there's IP complaint issues right here. A main qualifying identifier that something is good, guys, is going to be good trend of the price and to actually see that the offer count's moving up and down. So if we take a look, this is actually a winning product example right here. We can see, so even though Amazon was in stock on this a little bit, don't automatically avoid listings Amazon was ever in stock. And we can see this is a nice reseller friendly product here. The price is nice and stable here. And the big thing is that the offer count's moving. So it's jumping up and down. I always tell my coaching students, you want to avoid blocky items. We want items where there's people selling out, there's people restocking. It's a healthy market here. So taking a look at this right here, we can see the past month, the price has been nice and steady on this right here. And then we can see, taking a look on the Gap website, that same t-shirt is going for $11.99. So if I go ahead and take a look at SellerAmp right here, I can see the max cost is $9.14. So plugging in $11.99 here, we can see this is just about break even and only a 1% ROI. So a lot of beginner sellers would say, crap, that's not above 30% ROI. That doesn't make sense for you in my business. But what I really want to show you guys, and I got a full guide for you guys at the end of the masterclass on this, is how important manufacturing margin is. That's the number one difference between people who find a lot of profitable online arbitrage products and people who find basically none, is manufacturing margin. Each website has one or two tips and tricks that add to the profit margin. Like we can see on Gap Factory here, it's this 20% code, all yours right here. So we can see that takes us down another 20% off, right? So we can see $2.55 profit and a 26% ROI. So it's getting there, but it's still not quite there. But if I scroll to the bottom here, guys, I can see there's actually a 20% email sign-up code here too, and I can actually use both of those coupons. So literally the 20% email sign-up coupon and the 20% sale right there. The email sign-up coupon is literally on 24/7. And now I can go ahead and take off another 20% from this, and that makes it $4.50 profit and a 58% ROI. And that's the name of the game right here. So I can see literally this item has been profitable over time. It's nice and profitable today. And a little pro tip too, just in general, is when you see a listing that is an FBM buy box, this is a seller doing merchant filled on Amazon right here. We can see it's not shipping from Amazon, it's shipping from the seller here. We can go ahead and actually price this higher. So I know I'm gonna be able to price this up at like 21 or 22 right here, typically 5 to 10% higher. So say I go ahead and add in like 7% to this right here. We can see $21 sale price, $5.60 profit, 73% ROI. That's a beautiful example of winning product, guys, and the type of stuff you totally want to be selling. Taking a look at this listing right here, this is actually a hidden winning product. So if we take a look at these vinyls right here, we can see there's no sales rank on this product, which is typically an Amazon glitch. But the key is, even if there's no sales rank or if there's a high sales rank for some big categories, if we take a look down here on the Keepa chart and we can still see there's some offer count movement, the price is nice and steady, we know people are making money on this. So for example, taking a look, literally just buying this from Walmart, it's a Walmart exclusive vinyl right here. We can go ahead and plug in $27.13. So plugging in $27.13 right here, we can see $5.75 profit and a 21% ROI. The profit's good. The Keepa chart looks good. Nice and steady right here. But the ROI is a little low. Now, occasionally, you can go below 30% ROI right here. But I can see it's an FBM buy box right here. So I know I'm going to price above that because when you sell stuff FBA, it shows up as Amazon Prime. And Amazon understands that they make more in fees, so they like pushing FBA in the buy box algorithm more. Luckily, buy box rotates to everyone that's priced competitively and has good delivery dates here. But it also is going to get to the customer quicker because when you FBA it with online arbitrage, when you ship to yourself, then ship off in bulk to the Amazon FBA warehouse, nice and easy, you show as a Prime seller, which is how Amazon FBA works, is shipping off to FBA and selling at Prime. So we can actually price above the FBM sellers right here because it's going to get to that buyers quicker. So for example, we can go ahead and add in, 7, 10% here. Say we add in 10% right this, and now this becomes a winning item. And that's the name of the game here. As so many people miss out on stuff like that, whether it be manufacturing margin, taking advantage of the prime bump, pricing above the FBA people, and everything like that. Now for an example of what's called a replenishable product that's just really good that typically you can rebuy and sell again and again here, that's nice and steady. Taking a look at these tank tops right here, I think we got like size medium. We can see buy boxing for $39.56 right here. So we can see over on Nordstrom Rack going for $19.97. So buying for $19.97, selling for $39.56 in the buy box right here. We can see $6 profit, 31% ROI, and I have a trick up my sleeve in terms of actually going ahead and making this item more profitable, buying discounted gift cards. This is actually a really easy thing a lot of people think is just confusing for beginners. We can go on sites like cardbear.com, it's my favorite one by far, and search up Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack. They both work on Nordstrom Rack. So we go to Nordstrom Rack gift cards here. And if I buy a $100 gift card for $92, I go ahead and add 8% to my margin here. So I can literally just purchase right here the gift card and then get the gift card numbers and use that to check out on the retailer. Nice and easy. So if we go ahead and take off 8% from this, we can see $8 profit and a 42% ROI right here. And then I can see it as a suspected IP warning. So I need to go ahead and see if there's any IP complaint history on this product here. So taking a look over the long term, we'd see as the listing's literally been on Amazon for 10 years or 5 years, right? And there's no massive drops right there. So we can go ahead and see a massive, really steep drops. There are some drops, but they're not really, really steep. So we can see, you just want to take a look at the 3-month data when you're a beginner. We can see, yeah, literally pretty much all month here. It's been in there, went down a little bit in August, but largely nice and profitable right there. So that's a nice example of a replenishable type product you would probably be able to buy again and again. Now, a lot of people think the best way to find products as beginners is to like hire a virtual assistant team. Definitely don't do that, or to use some automated, complicated software. Those don't even work. Don't use those. Or to go to random websites and look through their clearance sections. That's called manual sourcing. Now, I can do that on my favorite websites, but when you're a complete beginner, doesn't really make sense to do. What makes the most sense by far is using what's called the storefront stalking method to look inside the storefronts of sellers we know are making money on Amazon, aka that have lots of reviews, to see what they're selling and track down their other winning products from there. So all we have to do is scroll down here on SellerAmp to see this big list of sellers here. And now we can see, yeah, like 95 reviews. Let's take a look at that right here. Yeah, 183 reviews. Let's take a look at that. New seller right there, new seller right there. Let's see, yeah, 256 reviews right there. 20 reviews. And now don't worry about reviews in terms like struggling to get buy box. Reviews don't really affect the buy box algorithm much at all. A very, very small amount, but when you're a beginner, everyone starts with 0, obviously. Right, when see 71 reviews right there. Right, when see right here, yeah, 72. So now taking a look inside these seller storefronts, we can see all the brands they carry, all the categories they carry. We could filter into specific ones. My favorite way to do it is by brands. And we can go ahead and see all their fastest selling winning products that show up at the front of their storefront. So we can see like, yeah, 40K, 404K. So this one sells super slow there. And we can see, taking a look at all these seller storefronts, we can go ahead and see all the different brands they carry. Sellers like this that have thousands of ASINs, I typically don't recommend worrying about. But for example, here we can see, so like Nike, Adidas, Puma, and Under Armour, what's called hard gated for beginners, which means you can't do them, you can't apply for them. But stuff like Tommy Hilfiger and Calvin Klein, we saw literally winning product examples right there. Make some good money on that here. So say we take a look at Tommy Hilfiger, 20K rank right there. That's making money right here. And obviously you're going to be gated in this as a beginner. You'll get ungated, nice and easy. If it were impossible, there'd be no sellers on these listings. 256 or 257K rank right there. A little bit high, but a good review count. We can take a look at that. Let's see, 204K rank. Let's take a look at that as well. I think we found the no, it's yeah, like a sweater right there. I thought it was the long sleeve version, the shirt sleeve right there. So we can see, yeah, only 8 sales per month. Not really liking that. 229 here, maybe right here. It's just got a lot of reviews, even though the estimated sales is low right there. We can go ahead and see, yeah, like stuff like Jockey and Calvin Klein. Let's take a look at Jockey stuff. Yeah, 118K rank, right? And the big thing is we know people are making money on this stuff. Otherwise, they wouldn't be selling it. So let's go ahead and track some of these guys down properly right here too. And what you can do is literally, if you're a beginner, you want to sell some AUTO-UNGATEs from the get-go, you can use that AUTO-UNGATE list down below in the description and storefront stock off the AUTO-UNGATE products you see on there as well. So now we can see this listing's got a bunch of different colors, bunch of different sizes here. So that's where the variations tab on Keepa comes in. So if I go down here and hit variations, I can go ahead and identify which variations are making money on this. And the way you're going to do that is take a sec, organize your columns like mine. Very, very important. That's one thing I require of my students when they join my coaching program. And then we want to look for offer count movements. So this is blocky. I don't like that. Blocky. I don't like that. So we can see here, taking a look. Is there anything with good movement here? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Like 36 here. So let's take a look at that. 36, we're going to have to pay like 18 to be profitable. Typically, you have to pay like 50% or less. Then we just literally just go ahead and search product title on Google here for all in arbitrage, and we can see what websites actually carry this product, and we see if there's any deals. So I know on Tommy Hilfiger, there's that good deal going on right now. So we can see $37.20 right here, $37.20 right here. Then we just take off 40% from this. And now we can see, yeah, 22 right here and at 36, only about a 10% ROI. I don't really think discounted gift cards are going to get us there from Card Bear. So unfortunately, not something that makes sense right now. Taking a look at these as well. Yeah, so the price is really stable, but the competition is very, very blocky, the new offer count. So I don't like that. But we can take a look here, see if there's any variations that do make sense. See, sometimes variation can take a sec to load on Keepa right here. Let's see. Then if you join my coach program, we literally get on Zoom one-on-one together to live source together right here. So we can literally get all your questions answered, but more on that a little later here. So let's see. Yeah, 36 right here, taking a look at these guys. Right now, obviously, not anything close to every item is going to be profitable here. We can see, taking a look here. Yeah, 25, Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah, so I don't like those. No problem here. Let's see, taking a look at these sweaters. Yeah, so Amazon's selling these, and they're very blocky, so I don't like those. We could take a look at the variations, but it's kind of a high sales rank right there. Taking a look at these. Yeah, okay, this is what I'm talking about. So this is a high sales rank here. It's a low estimated sales per month, but I can see this actually does look like a good chart, and there's a lot of stability up here too. So let's give a quick search of what we can actually pay for this. Yeah, so $37.20. Those $37.20, take off that 40% right there. So we can see break even on this guy at 36. Are there any variations that are actually going higher here? Boom. Yeah, beautiful right there. Assuming size in stock. Okay, so large is out of stock, but very, very profitable here. So at the very least, you just copy and add this product to a spreadsheet, come back to it in the future. Let's see if a medium here is good. Yeah, boom. So medium, here we go. So this is a winning product here. So yeah, $40.98, $37.20 right here. Take off 40%. And I know the velocity, it's a little bit lower ROI too, but this is not bad at all right here. And that other size was good that was just out of stock right there. So we're totally on the right trail here, guys. And using that 40% off from Tommy Hilfiger, there should totally be some other good ones as well right here too. And we can take a quick glance at a size small 2 right here, which is definitely not profitable right there. But you guys get the idea. We're getting the ball rolling right here. So we can see, taking a look at Jockey here, we can see little bit of price tanking on this. So we can see competition steady, but the price is trending down. So I don't like that. Taking a look at these guys right here. This one's nice and steady here. Let's see. Taking a look at Jockey right here. These V-necks here. Yeah, 21. There are any variations going for like 40 right here? Yeah, definitely not. No problem right here. Let's take a look at these boxers. Yeah, super steady right here. So taking a look at these guys here. Yeah, 41, right? Let's totally take a look at this. Yeah, so 41 right here. We can pick these guys up for like 20 bucks. Plugging these in on Google right here. Yeah, $21.60. Let's take a look over on Macy's, see if there's any discounted gift cards here too as well. So plugging in Macy's right here. Yeah, 10% off right here. So we can see perfect. So yeah, $21.60 right here. $21.60. Take off 10% discounted gift cards right here. So now we can take off those discounted gift cards right there and we can see, yeah, 10 bucks profit, 54% ROI, nice and steady here as of like the past like 3 weeks right there. Not bad whatsoever. So we can see that Tommy Hilfiger item was pretty close. Size was good, just out of stock. The other size was very, very close. Pretty much good enough to test. This item's totally good right here. And what I love about listings with variations is probably other ones that make sense here too. So we can see, yeah, good offer count moon. Yeah, 32, 35 here. Maybe this one's probably a little bit cheaper or a little bit less profitable, probably not profitable right here. Taking a look at these blues right here. Yeah, don't even see a match on Google. No problem, but I could go ahead and take a look at these colors here too as well. So we can see, yeah, Jockey was cool, right? We can take a look at a couple more of these. Yeah, super high rank, super high rank. Okay, not gonna worry about those. Take a look at Calvin Klein stuff too as well. So we can see, yeah, 6K rank. We know people are making money on that right here. 6K rank, we know people are making money on that right there, right? 35K rank, 57K rank. We can take a look at 2 right here. And now we just want to go ahead and hop down to super steady right here, the variations, and see what's got good offer count movement right here. Yeah, so 41. So we can see, can we pick these guys up for around like 20 bucks? I don't know. Let's take a look right here. So for example, plugging in right there. See, let's get out of Rectin right there and see. Yeah, 52. So it'd have to be like a crazy sale on right now. Yeah. Okay. So about 25% off, right? So 52, take out 25% or so. Definitely not good. Not liking that right there. Let's see. Hop down here to variations. See what's got good offer count movement. A lot of stuff with variations here I really, really like. So you taking a look at these bad boys right here. Give this a quick Google search in the meantime right here. Yeah, so 26. And I think we got a good, yeah, here we go. So we can see, so 25 off 100 right here. So let's see, yeah, 35, right? So 25 off 100. So what we could do is 26 times 4 to get that card value just barely above 100 to maximize that saving. So let's see, so 26 times 4 to put that guy just barely above 100 right here. So 26 times 4, and then we take off 25. Because remember, guys, this coupon is not 25%, it's $25. So we want to put that card just barely above 100. Dick's Sporting Goods is a good coupon like that too. That's free game right there. And then we go ahead and divide this by 4, and we can see, boom, $4 profit, 24% ROI right there. But just a little pro tip, guys, items that are above 20 bucks but below £1, we can see the weight right here, tend to be more profitable FBM compared to FBA. So if I scroll down here and toggle to a fulfillment type FBM and then plug in $4 right here, we can see just got some extra margin out of this here. And we can see if you're a beginner, like this is totally good. Yeah, literally people buy boxing at, 38 bucks just a couple of days ago right there. So we could, swing out 37 right here because it's not just who's the lowest price that gets the buy box here. And the big thing is making sure you're actually doing the FBM numbers correctly, because you can do FBA and FBM at the same time, even on the same account. So go ahead here, $4, $7 profit, 35% ROI. We can see another example winning product here. And if you want the guide for FBM shipping costs, just go to howtofbm.com. And that's the basics of storefront stock. And literally all of these brands we've seen can be ungated from the brand website. Nice and easy right there. And you've seen some other examples of winning products. And the AUTO-UNGATE listings on the AUTO-UNGATE list, you can get started storefront stocking from there too. Just remember to keep this in mind. Very, very rarely is a product just going to be profitable at the advertised price you see on the website. Typically, you make it profitable, aka manufacture the margin. Because if something's super easy to find on a retailer, there's going to be a lot of competition. You need to make sure you're looking for discounted gift cards on Cardbear, email, account, and text sign-up coupon, just clicking around on the website or at the bottom of the screen like we saw, and that you can go ahead and use again and again, just signing up for new emails or creating a catch-all email, right? As well as making sure you have the free cashback and coupon extensions, Coopert, Capital One Shopping, and Coupon Birds. That's really helpful too. And holiday sales like October Prime Day, Halloween, early Black Friday, and all these deals coming up, and getting a reseller certificate, which is not required, but is very helpful to avoid paying sales tax on websites that accept it, like Walmart, Lowe's, etc. So if you've been struggling with product research and just want to be plugged in on literally the exact discounts needed to make tons and tons of brand work, and you want me to check your leads and just have full one-on-one access to me with Q4 coming fast, now's a great time to go down below to the link in the description and apply for my coaching program. In my one-on-one mentorship, you'll get a one-on-one live sourcing call with me on Zoom. So you saw a little bit of that table. We'll literally be talking through all your questions live on Zoom together. We have 3 group coaching calls per week. You're going to be around other Amazon sellers crushing the game. Plug you in on all my coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies. We've had people from all over the country, even some other parts of the world, all ages, all experience levels. Now's the time to get started selling and profitable, and my coaching program is the place to be if you want my help doing that. So if that's something you're interested in, go down below to the link in the description, put in your information and apply. I am very serious about who I work with, so you'll have to apply and speak with my student success manager, Aaron, so we can see if it actually makes sense to work together. But take a look at that down below at the link in the description if you're interested. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know as well. Thanks for watching the Product Research Masterclass, guys. Subscribe for more too. And if you're interested in seeing me do some AUTO-UNGATE sourcing, click this video right here. See you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.